Why, hello again, BSR Nation. I'm calling this video Hack Yourself Part 2. And through this video, my intention is to demonstrate to you how I hacked my own mind to manifest my desired situation and lifestyle. This will be part of it. And I used the law of assumption taught to me by Neville Goddard. And basically the law of assumption, what it is imagine what you really wish to manifest and presume that it has already happened and you're already there. And that's basically what I did. I decided that my environment and my situation was not to my preference at all. So what I started to do is imagine, where do I really want to be? How do I really want to be? What lifestyle do I want to have? And what kind of person and personality and people do I want to be around in my environment? After giving that much thought and deciding, I began to write. So every time I came up with new details of how I want my lifestyle and my environment and self to be, I would write it down. And not only would I write it down, I would give it gratitude. I would thank God already for it already having happened. And I assumed that it had. And the things that I wanted to surround myself with and the people whom I wished to associate with and my whole way of being, I would give gratitude for it all, every single day. Things started showing up in my life, even though I physically was still in a place during a time that I did not prefer. And then things like this started to happen. It's a beautiful porcelain teacup. I love porcelain. I love antiques. And they started showing up. So I had something tangible to focus on outside of my words that I had written down in my journal. And also, I decided that I was the person that wrote with this kind of pen, too. And my nickname is Feather. Some people call me that. That's something I'm sure you did not know. And I love antiques because, in my opinion, anything new has already been made. But in terms of furniture and items like this, these are the real McCoy. Anyway, back to manifesting and applying the law of assumption. So one thing that I would see every day, and this was my special cup, and I would always drink from it. And sometimes I'd carry it with me and pull it out when it was time for me to drink something. But I decided this is me. And I was this. I am that. I am. So that showed up. Next thing you know, this showed up, and you see it matches that. And before long, this showed up too. Why, I had already decided that the things that I wished to manifest had already happened. I had already created the environment in my mind, and I wrote it down right here, which made it real because, after all, you are what you think about most. So that's what I was thinking about. This showed up. Things like this. These are examples, but literally, these are things that literally showed up. And much, much more. But I just wanted to give you some visual examples of how this really works, because it works. So these things began to show up in my environment. Look at that. So every day, this is what I was seeing. That's what I decided to look at, no matter where I was, because physically I wasn't where I wanted to be, but I did not focus on that, because mentally I had already decided that it had already happened, and I was applying the law of assumption. And like I said before, I learned that by listening to Neville Goddard, and you can listen to it also, just Google it, but it really works. Things like this showed up. This became my special cup, my chalice. I was the kind of person, and I am the kind of person that drinks from this water. Yeah, even if it's from a Berkey, it doesn't matter. I drink water from this, or whatever I like. But all of these things began to manifest in my environment. And it also helps when you decide what you wish to manifest and become. It also helps if you become familiar with exactly what it is that you are talking about and thinking about, so that when it does show up in your environment, you will know, you will be aware of what it is. I mean, if you're trying to manifest a certain life or lifestyle, and you do not understand exactly what that is, how will you know when it shows up? So it pays to become familiar with what you are thinking. Research. So when it does show up, you'll know without a shadow of a doubt that it has come. I'm the kind of person that eats from this. This showed up. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. I want you to do your research. So this is just an example of how hacking your own mind really, really works. The law of assumption is what I use. And I'll be teaching you about, well, not teaching. I can't teach you anything. All I can do is tell you, inform you, show you how these laws, which are universal laws, how they worked for me and how I applied them. Hack your own mind. You can have and do anything. And you can create anything and any lifestyle that you desire. You can do it. I did it, and I'm still doing it. You can do it too. So, let the adventure begin. You are blessed.